Greetings, social media land. This is Steve Reed, Stephen Reed Ministry, Stephen Reed Coaching, and Steve's Business Spotlight. And I have the distinct pleasure and honor of talking with a friend of mine today. His name is Ray Amanat. Ray, how in the world are you doing today?
I'm doing great, getting some answers for some things going on in my life, and hopefully
Yeah,
we can resolve issues and
yeah.
keep moving forward.
So people can stop bugging you, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely.
So, well, Ray, I wanted to visit with you for just a couple of minutes today about what you do and how you are helping people, how you're really helping to improve people's lives. But first things first, who is Heroes in Action?
So, Heroes in Action is kind of my brainchild. It's a nonprofit organization that I started over 17 years ago. Prior to that, I had a brick and mortar martial arts business for over 25 years.
Okay.
And I went the nonprofit route. Everyone says, why nonprofit? And I said, because I felt I could reach more people. With a brick and mortar,
Yeah.
it's always driving traffic to the location. And you're
Sure.
not always getting the number of people. I mean, I was still doing lectures and seminars and going places, but I felt that the brick and mortar was an anchor that was more holding me back or holding me down.
Mhm.
And as a nonprofit, with me being an educator, speaker on violence prevention, I I could go anywhere in the country and reach out and teach people what I do. I've created a whole training system that you don't have to train for 3 to 5 years to get a black belt. It's a simplified system that you can learn practical self defense
Hmm.
in a short amount of time, just for keeping yourself and your family safe, giving you the confidence of knowing that you can handle a person with bad intentions. So, Heroes in Action is a nonprofit dedicated to educating on anti bullying for kids, child abduction prevention from child predators that prey on kids,
Wow.
women's self defense, family protection, business safety. So, dealing with workplace violence in the business, and violence is on the rise.
Yeah.
It's going
Unfortunately.
everywhere. Home invasions, carjackings, we cover it
Yeah.
all. And guess what? As a nonprofit, it's also everything that we do is free to the public. I don't
That's
charge a
cool.
dime.
That is cool. So, okay, it it sounds like you're really helping people understand self-awareness, being aware of their surroundings
Mhm.
and what's going on around them. So, do you have any specific training on, I don't know, crazy things like active shooter scenarios?
Yes, absolutely. When you're dealing with an active shooter, or anybody with a firearm or a knife for that matter, or
Yeah,
any type of weapon, you
right,
have three scenarios that you can think of. If I brandish it, that means I'm trying to intimidate. If I use it as a tool because I want something, like give me your wallet, give me
right,
the keys to your car.
right.
If I was an active shooter, I would just shoot you. But if
Okay,
I was a criminal using a firearm because I want something, it's a scare tactic. It's to get your heart rate up so you freeze and you just look. I don't want to die. Take whatever you want. Take
right,
it. So for each one of those situations, me brandishing a weapon to intimidate you, there's a reaction, a verbal response, and a
right,
physical movement. Just leave. If the person is using the weapon as a tool because they want something, then based on distance, I have strategies that we teach on distraction, escaping, and if necessary, if possible, disarming the person.
okay,
When you're dealing with an active shooter, then there's the way I teach it. It's you run, you hide behind solid cover, which means it's like a
right,
brick wall versus drywall.
sure, Sure.
and you prepare to ambush. You look for anything to be used as a tool or a weapon, an improvised weapon, to be
Right.
able to ambush the person if they enter the area that you're hiding in.
Ray, I heard you saying in a meeting, I don't remember when or where it was, but I remembered you saying something. If this is specifically for women, if somebody is trying to abduct them, they don't necessarily just yell for help. They may do something else like leave my baby alone, or it's
You want to you want to use what I call a script of safety
okay.
that empowers people to run to you, not run away from you. So if you were to
Oh yeah,
yell fire, do people run to a fire or do they
yeah, they run away.
evacuate a building?
Yeah, they run away.
They
Yeah,
run away from the fire.
sure.
I want to say something that's going to motivate people to want to run to me. And more people are willing to help a small child than they are an adult female or an adult male
Right,
adult.
right.
So by injecting the phrase, somebody help, they've got my child, whether you have a child or not, by
Yeah.
saying they're hurting my child, they've got my child, you're going to get more people that want to run to you to help you because of a child.
And I'm going to guess, Ray, that not only will they run towards you to try and help you, they won't be running with their phone in hand to take video of it. They're going to truly try to help you instead of trying to be the next thing, the next craze on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So that is a great strategy. I love what you're doing. So, okay, so who are the typical types of people? You say you're a nonprofit, you're a trainer, you're a speaker. Who are the typical people that you want to engage with your programs?
Most of the people that I work with would be, schools with
Okay.
kids, whether it's elementary school, middle school, high school, private schools, schools with children with special needs, women's groups or women. If you have moms that
Right.
have kids,
Hmm.
and a lot of times, you take the family unit, the father, the mother, and the child.
Right.
The person that has the most training is what we call the security. The
Okay.
person that has the least amount of training is what we're going to call the blanket, and the child is the gift. Your child is your gift to your
Okay.
family. So you put the two roles together. You have a security blanket that's there to protect a gift.
Right.
Now, a lot of times, the father might be at work or might not always be there all the time, and the mother has to learn how to play both roles. The
Right.
mother has to learn how to be the security
That makes
and the
sense.
blanket to protect their child or the gift.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so women's groups, schools, churches, uh, civic groups, other community type groups. Those are the typical people that you want to visit with to share some of your insights, some of your training, your skills, your wisdom, knowledge. Now, you are in Florida, and thankfully you escaped all of the stuff with the hurricane.
Yes.
And you're not that far north of where it made landfall, so thankfully you're safe. But I'm assuming that you can take your message literally around the country. You don't
So,
have to be stuck in Florida.
no, that's why I started the nonprofit pre COVID.
Hmm.
Okay. Before COVID happened, I was reaching anywhere between 8 to 10,000 people a year, reaching and teaching,
Wow.
whether it was a lecture or a hands on
Right.
seminar or
Excellent.
anything like that. And now that I've relocated in Florida, nobody knows me out here, so I'm having
Yeah.
to introduce my brand to the Florida communities. But pretty much, like I said, everything that we do is free to the public. In Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, there's no fees, no charges, nothing. If
Okay.
I go outside the Tampa Bay area, the only expense that I have, if I were to do a lecture or a seminar, would be my travel expenses. Everything else is still free.
Yeah,
So if you
but
wanted me to come to Texas, if you were to able to get a bunch of businesses to sponsor me to cover
right.
my travel expenses, I'd come out here and do a full scale lecture or seminar for free for your community or your organization.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. You're benevolent. you've set up the nonprofit, etc. But you're, to the best of my knowledge, you're not independently wealthy. You got to be making money somehow to support your habits, like food.
So most nonprofits, the way they raise their money are through grants or charitable contributions.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is we have a number of 4,000 people to
Okay.
donate at least $5 a month recurring.
Okay.
And that would pretty much cover all of my expenses so that I wouldn't even have to charge for travel expenses coming
Oh,
to
that's excellent.
anywhere outside the country. So our goal, if you go to our website at heroesinaction.us and go click the donate now button, and
Excellent.
just it'll take you through through PayPal, and you can use a
Okay.
credit card if you want,
Okay.
but just hit recurring donation. You can put whatever
Okay.
amount you want, $5, or if you want to do more than that, that would be great. But our goal is to get at least 4,000 people
Okay.
donating $5 a month,
Okay.
which everything that I have, so I'm a published author. All of my books, whether they're the Mushy the Martian books or my
Yep.
personal autobiography, Bully, Victim, or Hero,
Yeah.
our t-shirts, our superhero capes for kids that have Mushy on the back of them, any other printed material that we have, all of that would be covered in our expenses and will be given out to people for free.
Excellent. All right.
But we're
Ray,
not there yet. We're not
I
there yet.
understand. I
We
understand.
need more donors.
Ray, I want to do a real quick transition though. And somebody introduced you to a different product. It's called LifeWave, and it is a wearable patch. What was the original thing that attracted you to this wearable patch, and what kind of results have you gotten from this?
So let's backtrack a little bit. I've been doing martial arts for over 40 years.
Okay.
I have literally beat up and abused my body. I've had injuries from competitions, knee injuries, hip injuries,
Yeah.
elbow, shoulder, everything. And I've had a hip replacement. I've got my right hip is a prosthetic hip, and I've looked into other organizations that do stem cell therapy that through the
Hmm.
injection, where they draw your blood, they pull out the stem cells, and then they inject it in different
Right.
parts. But that's very costly.
Yeah.
I went to one organization. I'm not going to name them, but they said the initial injection would be $8,000, and each
Wow.
injection after that would
Oh
be
my gosh.
$4,000. So
Oh
if
my
I were to
gosh.
get my left hip and both of my knees, you're looking at $16,000, and
Oh my
that's
gosh.
out of pocket because insurance companies don't cover that.
Okay.
Yet, hopefully someday insurance companies will see the benefit of
Yeah.
stem cell therapy and would actually cover this.
Yeah.
So that was not an option because, like you said, I'm not independently wealthy. I run a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
I looked at LifeWave as something that's more cost effective, a little bit more affordable, that deals with
Right.
stem cells. I wanted to try it to see if it worked on me. I put it on different parts of the body that needed it, and yes, lo and behold, I'm more pain free than I
That's good.
was without the patches. Whenever I don't wear a patch, I can feel it. Whenever I
Yeah.
wear the patches, I'm like, wait a second. I'm not sitting. Usually, I sit in a chair for a long length of time,
Yeah.
whether it's driving or
Right.
you're at a lecture or seminar sitting for a while. I get a discomfort, I get the pain, and I have to get up, walk
Sure.
around. With this, not so much. And
So,
usually, you know how you sit for a long time and you get out of the chair or booth and you're like, my knees. You got to shake it out a little bit before you can start walking normal. With
yeah.
LifeWave, not so much. I could just get up and just start walking in, no big deal.
Okay, so your pain reduction is there, so you're feeling better. You seem like you've got a lot of energy. Seems like you're really good focused. Ray, you've talked about the patch several times. Here is This is the patch. It's a little wafer thin. You just peel off a little backing and put it on your body. You can put it directly on the pain point, or a lot of people, they put it on the base of their neck, and it activates your stem cells in your entire body. So, Ray, is there a particular person? I know you decided that you want to offer this as an additional product or benefit and way to
So
help your friends, clients, etc. Is there a particular person that you'd like to focus on that may be interested?
So the age group that I would want to focus on would be people that are going through what I'm going through, people
I
that
got
are
you.
dealing with pain,
Okay.
people that if they have arthritis, if they've had a hip replacement and they don't want to go through. When I had my right hip replaced, there was about 6 to 8 months downtime that I couldn't
Yeah.
do a whole lot. I
Yeah.
couldn't
Sure.
drive, I couldn't do anything. And this is, it's giving you, it's not an operation. So
Right.
anyone that wants to avoid getting another operation, which means a lot of downtime of not being able to work or not being able to be active in life,
Yeah.
and gain weight like I did.
Yeah.
The whole thing is this enables you to hopefully alleviate the pain and kind of heal yourself and continue staying active so you can lose weight. You
Yeah.
can sleep better in less pain and all the other benefits that come with LifeWave.
Oh, it's excellent. Well, Ray, that is all the time that we've got. So if somebody is already athletically inclined, whether they're in sports or martial arts like yourself, or they just want to have more energy and have fewer of those aches and pains, oh, there it is again, that sort of thing, that's the kind of person that should reach out to you and say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, Ray, can you help me with this amazing product? So, Ray, thank you so much. And folks, if you want to get involved with Heroes in Action and support what an absolutely amazing and fabulous cause, teaching people about self-defense and protecting themselves, self-awareness, all that, getting rid of the bullies in their worlds. Reach out to Ray today, and I know he can give you some insights. And better yet, go to his website, heroesinaction.us, and start supporting, contribute to their amazing cause of helping people on a regular basis. So, Ray, thank you very much. I appreciate the time that you've had to spend with me today. And Godspeed, and hopefully you won't have anybody else bugging you for the rest of the day, week, month, whatever the case is. Ray, thanks again.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you soon, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.